This is BarrelCounter.com with Colin Ward. Now with improved audio and video because I just figured out the settings. Starting tomorrow, the 30th Conference of the Parties, or COP, will kick off in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil to discuss climate change. Now, certain things happen every year at COP. 1. Criticism of the carbon footprint of the event. Why isn't this a Zoom meeting? It's because schmoozing needs to be done in person. 2. Complaints about the host country. Didn't they cut down some rainforest to make a road? Well, yeah, about 8 miles of highway under an existing power line. That road was going to get built anyway, and you can't put a 100% moratorium on development. Then, all the players will do their usual song and dance. Sinking nations will try to shame everyone. Europe will claim the moral high ground. Developing nations will ask for money. Advanced nations will curve around this a bit. And everyone will argue for things that benefit themselves and water down things that hurt them. Oh, and lastly, you won't be able to swing a dead cat without hitting a lobbyist for energy or agriculture. Instead, let's think about what will be different this year. COP30 ends in a 0, so there is added pressure to show some progress, especially since it's been about 10 years since the Paris Agreement. This year's theme is implementation or action on prior commitments. Because of this, there might be a wait-and-see stance from many nations. Geopolitics and other factors are pushing climate down the list of most concerning topics at the moment, and if this is the COP for living up to prior commitments, then making new commitments might be a tough sell. Only about 65 nations have submitted their updated climate plans this year, and of those, it's said that they're somewhat unambitious. Next up, attendance is going to be down. Limited infrastructure and expensive hotel rooms means smaller delegations overall. The leadership discussion tomorrow and Friday has less than 60 attendees versus about 75 in Baku and 150 in Dubai, so it's debatable how much is going to get done there. The interesting question is how many industry lobbyists are going to show up. They are not deterred by expensive hotel rooms, and I expect they might be a record percentage of total attendees. Speaking of attendance, the US isn't sending anybody senior. Not Trump, no secretaries or CEOs or anything. This is going to be like the ghost at the feast. Everyone's going to be talking about them. I'm sure some low-level reps will be there, and they might make some rather shocking official statements that they have to read out. But even without a direct threat, there is an implied one. Because the IMO carbon shipping tax was scrapped by suggesting visa cancellations and other measures against anyone that voted for it. So it's going to be interesting to see how the unofficial pressure will be on all the other attendees. Next up, raising money is the big push this year. There's various funds that need to be capitalized, including loss and damage, adaptation, and some new ones like the Tropical Forests Forever Fund. But green finance is like a green tomato. It's either not ripe yet or it needs to be fried to make it appealing. The risk and ROI problems of these particular funds means that government funding is needed, either directly or indirectly by making it attractive for private sources to sign on. So the big question is, could this be the BRICS COP? Brazil's the host and has contributed $1 billion to the Forest Fund, but that's likely because they'll get most of it back. Don't talk about Russia. They don't have a ruble to spare at the moment, and they actually benefit from climate change anyway. India, their economy is actually doing all right now, and they might step up. But once again, they stand to benefit from quite a bit of this international funding. China has some economic difficulties at the moment, which could push down some of their ambitions, but they do get most of the renewables business, so it would benefit them. And if they can get some of this finance denominated in yuan, it would be a big win. And lastly, South Africa is willing to go along pretty much with the others, as it would benefit them in general. Plus, there are other BRICS partners that could make an impact. The UAE in particular has shown some leadership and cash commitments in the last few years that might be expanded. One thing's for certain, the next few weeks are going to be interesting to watch. That's it for Barrel Counter today. See you next time.